Dodgers fans, what a night it was in Los Angeles. The energy at Dodger Stadium was unreal, and once again, this team found a way to win even when things didn't go perfectly. You could feel the tension from the first pitch. Tyler Glasnow took the mound, and while he didn't dominate like Yoshinobu Yamamoto or Blake Snell in those previous gems, he still gave the Dodgers a real chance to take control of this series. He didn't even make it through 6 full innings, throwing just under 100 pitches, but those 5 2/3 frames mattered. 3 hits, 3 walks, only 1 earned run. That's what you call a grinder's outing. He battled through every inning, every at-bat, and gave the Dodgers a shot to win. And that's what counts in October. But here's what stands out. The Dodgers have gotten so used to excellence that anything less than near perfection feels off. After seeing what Yamamoto and Snell did earlier, it's like our entire perception of good pitching has been reset. Glasnow wasn't unhittable, but he was composed. He fought through traffic, and when Dave Roberts decided to pull him, it wasn't because he fell apart. It was about managing the moment, managing the bullpen, and trusting the guys behind him. Roberts seems to have a different leash for every starter. With Yamamoto, he'll say, "It's your game." With Glasnow, he played it safe, trusting Sasaki to close it out. And guess what? It worked perfectly. What's wild about this Dodgers run is that they're 1 win away from heading back to the World Series for the 2nd straight year, and they haven't even started hitting yet. Think about that. They're 8 wins and 1 loss in the postseason, and the bats haven't caught fire. That's how good the pitching, defense, and bullpen have been. Every game, it feels like they find a new way to win. One night, it's a lights-out performance from the starter. The next, it's clutch hitting in the late innings. And tonight, it was a combination of all of it. The Brewers came out desperate. They had their guy, Misirowski, dealing like a machine for 5 innings. The Dodgers couldn't figure him out early, just like that start back in July. He was nasty, throwing absolute fire. But baseball has a funny way of flipping. 1 inning, 1 sequence, 1 mistake changes everything. Bottom of the 6th, Will Smith singles, Freddie Freeman walks, Tommy Edman drives 1 through. Boom. Dodgers take control. They didn't need an explosion of hits. They needed 1 good moment, and they got it. That's been the story of this postseason. Not a lot of offense, but the hits come when it counts. And how about the bullpen? The one part of this team that fans were biting their nails about all season suddenly looks like a stone wall. Vija, Trinan, Bonda, Sasaki, they were locked in. 3 1/3 innings of near perfection. Only 1 hit. That was a double off Vija. Everyone else came in ready for war. That's not the same bullpen that was coughing up late leads a couple of months ago. These guys are sharp, rested, and aggressive. Sasaki, especially. He just attacked the strike zone like he was daring the Brewers to hit him. Strike after strike after strike. You can't score if you can't get on base, and the Dodgers have completely shut down Milwaukee's running game. Remember, this Brewers team led the National League in stolen bases this season. But against LA, they can't even try it. They know 1 mistake on the bases could end their night because the Dodgers' defense is dialed in. The outfield is covering every gap. Infielders are making Gold Glove level plays, and Max Muncy. Oh man, Max was huge tonight. 2nd inning, runner on 3rd, 1 out. Grounder to 3rd. Most guys would have gone for the easy out at first, but Max fires home, nails the runner, and flips the whole momentum of the game. That play was massive. That's what October baseball is about, those moments that shift everything. It's funny to think that Muncy was once cut by the A's. Any team could have had him, but the Dodgers took a chance. A minor league deal in 2017, and now he's out here making season-saving plays in the National League Championship Series. Money doesn't buy that kind of grit. That's heart. That's development. And it's the same with Tommy Edman. St. Louis sent him over in a trade, and now he's one of the most versatile pieces on this roster. The Dodgers have become the ultimate place for rebirth. Players come here, find their rhythm, and suddenly they're performing at the highest level imaginable. And let's be real, people love to talk about the Dodgers payroll like the money automatically guarantees wins. It doesn't. Money buys talent, sure, but it doesn't buy chemistry, confidence, or execution. You could spend hundreds of millions, but if your guys can't handle pressure, it doesn't matter. What LA has is a roster full of players who are not afraid of the moment. They don't panic, they don't fold, and they don't take a single play off. They've been through battles, they've lost heartbreakers, and now they're laser-focused. That kind of resilience can't be bought. And that brings us to Mookie Betts. What can you even say at this point? The man moved from right field to shortstop, one of the hardest transitions you can make. And he looks like he's been there his entire career. Tonight, in the ninth inning, he made a play that would make any Gold Glove winner proud. Perfect read, quick reaction, game-saving moment. And yeah, he's actually a Gold Glove finalist at shortstop in his first full year playing that position. Who does that? Mookie Betts does that. What's even more impressive is how calm he's been through all the highs and lows. Remember earlier in the season when people were asking if the move to shortstop was messing with his rhythm at the plate? Those doubts feel silly now. Mookie's not just adapting, he's thriving. That's leadership. That's what sets the tone for the entire team. When your best player plays fearless baseball, everyone follows that energy. You can see it across the field. Every time the Dodgers get tested, they respond. The Brewers had one real scoring threat all night, and LA shut it down. They executed the small details, the throws to the right base, the double plays, the communication between infield and outfield. This isn't the same sloppy defense we saw earlier in the season. This is a team that's locked in, focused on every pitch, and understanding that every single out matters. And here's something worth pointing out. The bullpen turnaround didn't just happen overnight. Early in the season, they were gassed. With Ohtani pitching short starts and other rotation injuries, those guys were covering 7 or 8 innings on some nights. By mid-season, they were running on fumes. But then came the resurgence of the starters, Yamamoto, Glasnow, Snell, all eating up innings, giving the relievers a chance to rest and reset. Now, with fresher arms and sharper command, the bullpen is back to being one of the most reliable weapons in the league. That's what championship baseball looks like: adaptability, resilience, and timing. The Dodgers aren't winning because everything is easy. They're winning because they adjust, they stay patient, and when the big moments come, they deliver. They don't need to blow out opponents 15-2. They win the tight ones, the scrappy ones, the games that test your heart rate. And if you ask me, that's even more impressive. The Brewers gave it everything they had tonight, but the Dodgers' mix of talent and toughness was just too much. And the scary part for everyone else? The Bats still haven't woken up. Once they do, look out. Because if this team can go 8-1 in the postseason without fully clicking offensively, imagine what happens when they do. One more win, and the Dodgers are headed back to the Fall Classic, ready to finish what they started last year. The energy rolling through Los Angeles right now is something special. You can feel it in every pitch, every cheer, every single heartbeat echoing inside Dodger Stadium. This team isn't just winning games, they're building a story, one filled with grit, clutch moments, and the kind of baseball that reminds you why October is sacred. The Dodgers have been through it all: injuries, doubt, slumps, and yet here they are, standing one victory away from another World Series appearance. And it's not luck. It's a reflection of how they've learned to win in every possible way. Tyler Glasnow's outing was the perfect example of that mindset. He didn't have his best stuff, but he refused to fold. It wasn't the kind of performance that lights up the stat sheet, but it was the type that sets a tone. Every pitch he threw came with purpose. When he had runners on, he stayed calm, worked his way out, and trusted his defense. When Dave Roberts made the move to pull him before finishing 6 innings, you could tell it wasn't an easy call. But Roberts has managed this team with instinct all year. He knows when to push and when to protect. And this time, he trusted the bullpen to carry the weight. And that bullpen delivered like never before. These relievers have been questioned all season, but what they showed tonight was maturity. They looked confident, aggressive, and most importantly, fresh. It's like the rest they've gotten over the past month has transformed them. Vija came in firing strikes. Trinan looked like his vintage self. Bonda attacked the zone without fear. And Sasaki, what a presence on the mound. The kid just stares down hitters and throws darts. No hesitation, no wasted pitches, just pure belief in his stuff. What stands out is how unified this group looks. You don't see panic when things get tight. You see communication, trust, and execution. That's something that money can't buy. It's built over months of grind, of failures turned into lessons. Earlier this year, the Dodgers were giving away games with bad throws, walks, and missed opportunities. Now, they're playing the cleanest baseball of the postseason. And that defense, wow. The play from Max Muncy in the second inning might have been the turning point. Runner on third, one out, ground ball to him. Most players take the easy throw to first. But Muncy went for the bold play, fired home, and stopped a run cold. That moment completely flipped the energy. You could almost see the Brewers deflate after that. They had a chance to take control early, but the Dodgers said, "Not tonight." What's poetic about that is Muncy's journey itself. Cut by the Athletics, picked up on a minor league deal, and now he's out here saving playoff games with his glove. That's the essence of this team. They're a mix of stars and second chances, of players who were doubted but never gave up. Tommy Edman fits that mold perfectly too. The Cardinals moved him, and now he's proving exactly why LA wanted him. His versatility, his timing, his awareness, it's everything the Dodgers value. And of course, there's Mookie Betts. The guy is redefining what it means to be a complete player. Moving from right field to shortstop isn't supposed to be possible at this level. Yet Mookie makes it look natural, as if he's been doing it forever. That ninth-inning play to save a hit wasn't just about athleticism. It was about instinct, reaction, and confidence. You could tell he's locked in. Even during rough stretches earlier in the year when his bat cooled off, he never lost focus. Now he's putting together gold glove defense and clutch offense in the same breath. That's what leaders do. They set the tone through consistency. The Dodgers' ability to adjust mid-game has been their greatest weapon. When Misiorowski was mowing down hitters early, LA didn't panic. They waited him out, let him tire, and the moment they got a chance, they struck. That sixth inning was textbook Dodger baseball. Smart at-bats, patience, and timely execution. Smith's single, Freeman's walk, Edman's base hit. It wasn't flashy, but it was effective. That's how championship teams operate. And once they got the lead, they never looked back. Even when the Brewers tried to push late, the Dodgers' defense and bullpen shut every door. That's a major difference from earlier in the year. There was a stretch where LA couldn't hold late leads, where fans almost expected something to go wrong. Now it's the opposite. There's confidence. When the bullpen gate opens, there's trust that whoever walks out of it is ready. It's also incredible to think about how this team has evolved throughout the season. In April and May, the bullpen was carrying too much of the load. With short outings from the starters, those relievers were running on fumes. By July, you could see the fatigue. But then came the rotations rise, Yamamoto stepping up, Glasnow finding rhythm, Snell being dominant, and suddenly, everything balanced. That allowed the bullpen to reset, to breathe, to prepare for this exact moment. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Los Angeles is buzzing with whispers that could shake Major League Baseball to its core. Rumors have surfaced that the Dodgers, always aggressive in their pursuit of a championship, have pulled off what insiders are calling a blockbuster move. ZACK Wheeler is reportedly on his way to the City of Angels. Sources close to the situation suggest that the trade is imminent, sending shockwaves through both the National League and the broader baseball community. Wheeler, known for his electric fastball and pinpoint control on a mound, has long been considered one of the premier pitchers in the league. His potential arrival in Los Angeles could instantly elevate the Dodgers' rotation, already deep with talent, to an almost untouchable status. Speculation is rife that the Dodgers see this as the missing piece in their relentless push for a World Series title, signaling they're not content with mere contention. They want immediate glory. Though details of the trade remain murky, insiders hint that it may involve multiple players and prospects, possibly reshaping the futures of more than one franchise. For Dodgers fans, the mere possibility of adding a top-tier ace like Wheeler to their roster has ignited a frenzy on social media, with theories, mock lineups, and celebratory predictions flying fast. Analysts are already debating how Wheeler's pitching style will mesh with the Dodgers' defensive strategies and bullpen dynamics. Meanwhile, rival teams are reportedly scrambling to adjust their own plans. The idea of Wheeler joining a roster loaded with offensive firepower and postseason experience has left competitors on edge. Some pundits even speculate that if this trade materializes, the Dodgers could be pegged as near invincible in the upcoming season, a daunting prospect for any challenger. Of course, the trade is far from official, and baseball's rumor mill has a history of spinning tales that never materialize. Yet, the buzz around Los Angeles is palpable. Fans, insiders, and even casual observers are all asking the same question. Could Zack Wheeler be the secret weapon that finally brings a long-awaited championship back to the Dodgers? As the story develops, one thing is certain, baseball in LA is about to get a lot more interesting. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.